Welcome to the CEO Insider Podcast. My name is Andy McElroy, along with Ed Curtis, and we have some special guests joining us today on an initiative that YTexas. When did you guys start this, Ed?
Back in 2019, early 2019.
2019. Join us today, Victoria Summerville, Juwon Grant, and Katherine Cadena. Hey, gang, how are you?
Hi. Hey.
Good. Victoria, let's start with you. And actually, let's go back to Ed. And Ed, describe the project that these three and a few others have been working on.
Yeah, these students, two of the three are actually graduated now, but they were UNT Dallas students that entered the college through a program called the Dallas County Promise, which is a coalition between universities, employers, community colleges to accelerate the rate of graduation in the state of Texas. And YTexas partnered with UNT Dallas early last year. We put together this program. We had a number of students apply for this position. It's essentially a way for us to help mentor them through leadership programs and things like this. And 7 students got accepted to the academy. And these 3 students here today are part of the academy. Mm-hmm. And in 2020, they're working on a project called the CSR Tracker, which stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. And what they're doing is they're researching every company in the state of Texas that has done a good deed during these troubling times. And they've come up with some amazing stories, and a few of them they'll share with us today.
Victoria, let's start with you. Can you give us a little bit of your background and how this project has gone from you from beginning until working through it until maybe a memorable moment?
Yes. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. If you don't know, I'm Victoria Somerville, of course. Yes, this year I am graduating from UNT Dallas, which it has been such a great pleasure and honor to be a part of this leadership program. I mean, it's really given me so much exposure and experience to the corporate world, and also allowed me to build and expand my network with different CEOs and different types of reputable people within the corporate industry. Mm-hmm. So that truly is a blessing to be a part of and such a privilege. I really am excited about this project because in the midst of all of the chaos that this pandemic has provided, this is something good where we can shine like a little bit of light on some of the companies that have taken the initiative and put a foot forward towards working towards helping out the community in Texas and even outside of Texas to fight this whole pandemic that's been attacking all of us in different ways. A little bit of a background on me is, this is my graduating year. I enrolled at UNT Dallas in 2018. I graduated from DeSoto High School, and I'm graduating from UNT Dallas with my bachelor's in business administration with a focus of organizational behavior and human resources management. I decided to make that my major because I do like business. I am pretty passionate about the industry of business and all the aspects that go into it, as well as the human aspect of it. So human resources is definitely what drew me towards this degree plan. Also, I'm just so happy to be a part of this because this is a fun little project. Also, it gets us closer together within the group of students working together and actually being able to leave a mark on campus and show them that we're more than just, a group of students who've been able to get into college a little bit sooner and graduate a little bit sooner, that we actually, can create really good and reputable work to represent ourselves.
Nice. We'll have some more conversation. I want to get to Juwon now. Juwon, tell us a little bit about your background and how working on this project has gone for you.
Man, working on this project has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to partake in such a thing as we're doing. And I want to say that this is my junior year in college now. I graduated from Lincoln High School in 2018 and hope to graduate from UNT Dallas in 2022. So I've been having a great time here at UNTD. My major is logistics and supply chain management. So what that is kind of like getting one product from point A to point B, and the efficiency between both of those transactions between realtor and marketer. So my career interest would be to develop a keen knowledge on the logistics industry and to be a valuable asset to the Dallas-Fort Worth work community.
Let's go over and talk to Katherine. Hi, Katherine. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what's in your future and working on this project, what it's been like.
Hi, so I just graduated this semester. I love the YTexas program. It has helped me just come out more of my shell and be able to speak with others in a business realm. I graduated from early college high school. So I actually went to Brookhaven College, but I attended high school at the same time, the 4 years. And I got my 2-year degree, my associate's there. And then I attended at UNT Dallas, where I made my bachelor's in political science and then minor in sociology.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I hope to go to graduate school within the next year in public leadership. And I like how this project really ties in with what I want to do. I one day want to manage my own nonprofit and also just help people understand that they have a voice. Like, I want to be an advocate, but I don't want to be the person who speaks for the people. I want to tell them that they can speak for themselves and fight for everybody.
What's remarkable about these students in the program that most people don't know is that in order to get into the Dallas County Promise program, you have to go through an early college high school program. So these students are a lot younger than most people at their level. So the 2 students that have graduated, I have no idea what your ages are, but I'm assuming you're less than 22 years old?
I'm 20 years old.
Graduating with their 4-year college degree at 19 and 20. And Juwon, I'm sure, is a lot younger than that. And if not, he's going to be graduating in a couple of years. So the point here is that they are coming out of college at a very young age with a degree. And it's an amazing opportunity for them.
Let's talk about the project that you're working with YTexas. Would any one of you like to describe the work that you've done to somebody? I want you to pretend that no one's ever heard of it, and you're telling them what it is for the very first time. Victoria?
So this project that we're working on, it basically allows us to kind of do a bit of research and analyze all the different companies within the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as well as Texas overall, to see not only how the companies have contributed to COVID-19, but what they're doing as far as like a response towards it to help their client base and also the community in which, you know, they work in.
We've been spending a lot of time with these students. I can tell you, Juwon, very active at UNT Dallas. When you walk into the facility, you're going to see him. He's working there, a big ambassador to the school. Victoria had a chance to meet her mom. Her mom is an executive at SAP and a very nice lady. Comes to any event that we have where we invite the parents out. Katherine is the project manager for this project. And I can tell you, I've learned a lot from her. Her approach to nonprofit management from both sides, not only the donor side, but also the recipient side, has been just an eye-opener for me. So I'm learning more from these students than I think they're learning from me, which is good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I asked them all to pick out one story that they discovered through this project and share a little bit with us today, why they chose it and something about the story. So I will start with Katherine. And Katherine chose a company called Desert Door Distillery. And tell us about the story.
Yeah, so Desert Door Distillery is basically, they have been donating hand sanitizer, which is really hard to get by today. You know, hand sanitizer really does help kill the germs, keep things sanitized. And due to, you know, a lot of people going and buying a lot of the stores out of hand sanitizer, there's not much for others to have. So what some people are doing, they're creating their own hand sanitizer. But what they did, because a lot of there's a shortage, they started creating their own hand sanitizer instead of their beer and what else other things that they do. So I have right here that they made at least the owner actually said that they would make 2,000 to 5,000 a day, and they would donate it to first responders, to like the San Antonio Police Department, the Hayes County Sheriff Department, Austin Travis County EMS. And not only did they do that, I've seen a lot of distilleries a lot of companies make hand sanitizer and donate it to first responders. But one thing that stood out about the Desert Door Distillery is that they actually had the community day where people can drive up and pick up their own bottle of hand sanitizer. So not only was it for the first responders, but the community they had pickup days where people can pick up a bottle.
Nice.
So that stood out to me, and I applaud them for that.
Nice.
Fantastic. Now, are they based in San Antonio? Do you know where exactly they're based?
They're based in Driftwood, Texas.
Okay, good. Right near here in Austin, near Austin.
Right by the Salt Lick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Tough not to gain some
Any
weight.
of you guys come down to Austin, you got to check out the Salt Lick.
Man, great barbecue.
Okay, I'm going to get to Juwon. Juwon picked American Airlines, obviously with his industry, his major. I'm sure this caught your attention. Tell us about the American Airlines story.
Well, I noticed that American Airlines was shutting down some of their transportations and canceling like a whole bunch of flights because of the whole pandemic. So they wanted to figure out a way that they can support, a way that they can give back to the community. And the way that they chose was to provide a supply chain from head medical creators and medical supply creators and give those supplies to the actual medical facility. So, for example, one thing that they did, they also did some stuff down here in Texas, but the example that I chose to pick was from Shanghai to New York, which was one long transition that they had. They delivered over 40,000 medical supplies and materials. So that really caught my attention because, of course, I'm a logistics major, and that's what my whole thing is about getting one thing from point A to point B. So I was very taken by how they did so much all over the world, because this is a global thing that they've done. They've done it, of course, in Texas, but they've also reached out and branched out all over the world as well. Another thing to mention is that they partnered with another company, which is called Deloitte. Deloitte also has a part over here in downtown Dallas, and they together created this way to supply all types of first responders and top medical organizations the necessary supplies to help fight the COVID-19 pandemic.
Nice.
That's excellent. Great story. American Airlines, we need to go out to the airport sometime and check it out. They're doing a lot of expansion. Obviously, the airlines are getting affected by this greatly. Their business model is going to have to change. I think, travel is going to be changing, but how they're innovating, how they're getting involved in cargo, partnering with companies like Deloitte, really good choice, Juwon. This is a great story. Okay, last but not least, Victoria Somerville, and she chose Kendra Scott.
Yes, I chose this company because, well, for one, I've always been a big fan of her work and her creations. She's a jewelry maker. So she owns different retail stores all around Texas and outside of Texas as well, but her headquarters is in Austin, Texas. So because of COVID-19, understandably, a lot of stores had to close down temporarily and some permanently and altogether. And also students have had to leave school for the remainder of the semester. A lot of people haven't been able to go to work, and this has impacted a lot of people in different ways, mainly in the way that they're able to provide for their families and bring meals home and put food on the table. Most kids, they normally get their meals by going to school, by having lunch and going to breakfast. And now that school has been closed prematurely, a lot of those kids and a lot of different families are struggling now to make sure that their families are able to have adequate meals every day. And so what Kendra Scott has done, they have donated 500,000 meals to kickstart a campaign through the charity Feeding America. They also have collaborated with the charity as well by donating 50% of all their proceeds from their specific line, Shop for Good, to where the profits go towards Feeding America's COVID-19 response. So the families that have been impacted by COVID-19, and also specifically women and children who are unable to get proper meals every day, this charity is working towards providing meals all across America to families that really need it.
Very nice. Good work.
Amazing. Good
Love
work. Huh? So Sandy, you see how we were learning more from them than they're learning from us?
That's, yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. Now they have over 100 companies that they've sourced. So we chose 3 today, and we'll continue the series. We're going to have more of the students on. We're going to hear more about their project. And guys, we really appreciate you having on. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right.
Well, good.
Yes, indeed.
Our future is in good hands. That's
Yes.
very
And next time, Sandy will throw in a few more zingers next time.
Next time I'm coming real strong. I'm gonna come. We may have to play some trivia. We may have to do something else too.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Juwon, you better not say anything.
Yes, ma'am.
He knows me very well.
Good answer.
Juwon, Catherine, Victoria, thank you very much for being a part of this. It was fun.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.